Welcome back. Well, if you've only just joined us, you're watching the Daily Roundup with Nina. We're now speaking to Byron Joseph, a seasoned professional with over 15 years of experience in the Namibian film industry as a director, producer and cinematographer. Has recently been appointed as the new chairperson of the Filmmakers Association of Namibia board. He now joins us this evening to share his vision for the future of the Filmmakers Association and the Namibian film industry as a whole. Byron, good evening and welcome.
Hi Nina, nice being here.
Thank you so much for being here. First of all, of course, congratulations.
Thank you.
As your appointment as chairperson of the Filmmakers Association. What are your main priorities and goals for the association, Byron, over the next, or over your tenure rather?
Oh, the tenure is slightly short, but the needs are huge, Nina, for the film industry. First thing first would be to get all the people together under one umbrella. There are so many professionals working in the industry, and a misconception that we sometimes have is that it's only for film, but actually even the Fair and Constitution and the Film Act also includes television and new media. So if you think about that, there's actually a lot of people that we still need to cater for, still need to bring into the fold. Once we've done that, obviously one of my big things, clarion calls, would be local content, because that's where the industry will start off from and flourish from.
On that note, our industry actually has grown leaps and bounds over the past couple of years. What do you see as the biggest opportunities and challenges also facing the Namibia filmmakers today?
It's probably true that your challenges are your opportunities. And I think the big challenge is getting authentic Namibian stories out there. Truly Namibian stories. I like to make the example of what about a Himba lady next to a bushman eating kapana somewhere in a very urban metropolis like Windhoek, for instance. You don't get that anywhere else in the world.
Right.
Yeah, you don't get that anywhere else in the world. So getting that story out is very important. So the local filmmakers, and there's a lot of enthusiasm for local stories, they just need the support. Obviously the financial support being a big thing, but also the political will on the one hand, and the support from the larger community, the larger Namibian nation.
Now, you mentioned the support. So what steps do we need to, or are there that need to be taken to develop a more sustainable and vibrant film industry within our country?
Nina, I have to go back to my previous answer, saying that the first thing that we as an industry need to do is to organize, to come together under one umbrella, the recognized umbrella being FAN, in this particular case, the Film Association of Namibia. And from there, setting then policy and looking at structures and having the correct protocols in place to allow, number one, funding to come into the industry as a startup, allowing us time to develop, but then also to internationalize and make sure that our content is good enough to go beyond our borders. As I'm saying, we've got very unique stories to tell. So I'm pretty sure it will be marketable abroad. So that would be the next step. But as I'm saying, for me, it's baby steps for now. Let's get everybody together around the same table, having the same conversation. After that, government sentiment through the NFC has always been very positive in this regard. The only thing they require from us is that we stand together and work together as a group.
Yeah, you did mention, of course, that your tenure is quite short, but where would you like to see, Namibian cinema in 5 to 10 years?
In 5 to 10 years, definitely much further than where we are now. It would be a dream to see something like 20, 30, 40, 50% local content on television. And I'm not merely talking about news content, which we are very good at producing. But I'm talking about narrative content, stories, all these beautiful things that we have hidden within our communities and our cultures. I would love to see more of that on television. And just to make a short example of what could happen in terms of that, Nina, is if you look at the Nigerian film industry at the year 2000, and you compare it to where we were at the same time, I'm confident to say that, technically speaking, the products we delivered were much better than, for instance, your Mr. Ibu at that time. We had the mic in shot and shadows on the wall and stuff like that. But technically, we were so much better. They have grown since then. Right now, Nigeria is taking over the BAFTAs in Britain, and the Nigerian culture is like just through the music and the music videos that we see, they're really taking over. So maybe that's where we as Namibians can be in, if not 5 years, 10 years, 15 years time.
Fantastic. In your view, what are the most exciting developments happening in African cinema today, Byron?
I preceded my answer, just like I preempted myself there. I think the fact that so much of African culture is becoming mainstream and accepted the world over.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people dancing Amapayana in China. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that bodes well for us. Also, the advancement of broadcast platforms.
Yeah.
The fact that anybody has access to the market now. That's also a great thing for me as well. But as I'm saying, I just want us to get our stories out there of proper quality, telling our own authentic Namibian stories, yes.
Byron, we wish you all the best in the next year, you and the team.
Yes.
And we'll be checking in with you to see how progress is going.
Awesome, thanks.
Well, thank you so much for your time and being here this evening.
Awesome, thank you.
That was Byron Joseph for joining us this evening, newly appointed chairperson to FAN. Our show's, it's almost time to say goodbye this evening on the show. Stay with us.